I'm sorry.
Kirk, right?
Kirk. I just call him Chris. I think because of Christ.
Yeah.
Really? Because of Christ. See, I told you this will be the modern day Jesus they're going to turn him into. The other reason this is so interesting and wicked. Donald Trump's his father's name was Frederick Christ Trump. Yeah. Was going way back in his genealogy. So, because Frederick Trump's mother was Elizabeth Christ. So I mean that's why this is all, in my opinion, to go after Donald Trump. That's what it's about. That's what I felt like it's about the whole time. Everything is these demons. They have to destroy Donald Trump, and they're not going to be able to. They're just not. Now, I know that I said, I have trouble. I don't think I can ever trust him again because this relationship that he had with Kirk, and I believe me, I try to understand it. I just I get to this place where it's like, I'm one of those people that I'm such a forgiving person, and have such a big heart that it's I've said before, it's many times it's to my detriment. So I know what it's like to be played, put it that way, because of being forgiving. So with as manipulative as this world is, that's why I'm just sort of like, I don't know what to believe. I don't. That's why I said I prayed. I'm like, God, do I have to support him? Which I do, because I do because of who he was in his first term. I don't know what he's doing anymore. I can't put it together. Like, he made this post several days ago, and I don't think anybody's covered it. I have been racking my brain with this. I would rather go to ribbon cuttings than to groundbreakings. And it was several days ago. And the way he posted it, there was no rhyme and reason to it. Like, what is he talking about? Now, most people would say, because it's talking about groundbreakings. But see, again, I looked at everything through the biblical lens. So I started looking in, and so the groundbreakings, if you want to look at it as biblical terms, is, it's tilling the soil and starting the project, starting the work to build the new whatever. When it comes to the Bible and you being saved, it's well, I guess I would say it's like when I found God in AA because of getting sober. My spiritual moment, like the burning bush moment, was I was sitting in an AA room, like after many months, and all of a sudden it was like, that was when I didn't know how I got there. It's just, I just kept showing up, but other than that, I was just, somebody with a really bad attitude, and so, but part of the process was having, with the steps, you have to look at your baggage, you have to look at you. You don't get to just, complain about everybody else, which this world loves to do. You have to look at you. You have to know your shortcomings and your flaws, and even down to, not just in your drinking days, through your whole. You have got to clear everything out, okay? And most people will not stick with it because of that, and it's silly because God helps you through it. It's not a hard thing. It's just, it's scary to people because nobody likes to look at their baggage. But after that, and you've cleared it and shared it with somebody, so that's like tilling the soil. Let's get rid of all the garbage. then you get to the big part, the ribbon cutting. There's a new person that's here. So that's how I kind of look at it. A groundbreaking compared to a ribbon cutting when it comes to being saved is that the groundbreaking is, okay, you say you turn to Jesus, and I mean, that's what I did before I walked into AA and started doing what I needed to do, 90 meetings in 90 days, everything they tell you. The night before that, I was in my bathtub in a fetal position, begging God I'm too young, don't do this, don't help me, save me, please. And basically it was just like, if you're there, and I went to Catholic school, but they didn't help in that area, believe me, this fiery and brimstone God, which God can be that way, but that's all they pushed, okay? That's another reason I don't trust the Catholics. Anyway, the Catholic Church anyhow. So then, I think it was around the 4-month period when I realized, no, wait a minute, how did I'm not this I'm different. I didn't do this. What is going, from the inside out. So all that groundbreaking and tilling the earth, that's sort of what God was doing with me for 4 months. And then the ribbon cutting was it's true, God is real. That's what was that's what the biggest thing is, they were right. I thought they were full of shit. Because I thought that I was desperate, so I went to AA out of desperation, figuring it wasn't going to work. And I said I would keep showing up. I did nothing else except show up, pretty much. And I did what my sponsor said. So it was that's all that groundbreaking. It's all, tilling the earth, getting rid of, starting the new project. And then the ribbon cutting is the grand opening. But why he posted this, I have absolutely no idea. None. When you look at his post before this and after, it makes no sense. It was just thrown up there out of nowhere. I would rather go to ribbon cuttings than groundbreakings. Explanation point. So I don't know. No, I mean, I even asked AI, what did Donald Trump... No, there's no answer. And nobody's really brought it up. But he does this often, he throws a post in there every once in a while that has nothing to do with anything. And you're just So I often, with these kinds of posts, I really, because I look at everything through the biblical view, though. So not every one of his posts, but stuff like this I will. And so that's all I could think of is, and I also was kind of thinking with this that, wouldn't the biggest ribbon cutting of all be, the big feast that's talked about in Revelations, that all of God's elect, it's basically, wouldn't that be the biggest ribbon cutting, is that meal, that big feast, which is basically Jesus's return? Yeah, I think so. Is that what he's talking? Probably not. I mean, I have no idea. Nobody asks him. There's a lot of posts he makes that nobody really asks him, and he never says anything again about it. So you got to try to catch him when you can, the posts. I have no clue. I looked at the post prior to it. So he's trying to say something, and I don't know what. Maybe it's not. I mean, I don't think he'd post it if it wasn't meant for everyone. So he's clearly trying to say something, and it makes sense. He was a builder, so I mean, he's a carpenter, really. Just saying, not saying anything, just saying. So it's just so funny, all of that, all of those coincidences that everybody wants to write off. That's why these people are going after him. That's why Jamie Lee Curtis, they're going to turn the false prophet Kirk into, he was like Christ. Please, no. They just don't want to give him any credit for anything.